Yeah, Johnny smoking crack, I'm committing murder. Johnny smoking crack, I'm committing murder. Johnny smoking crack, I'm committing murder. Yeah, Johnny smoking crack and now we flipping burgers.
I've been smoking crack since I was 21. It was a year and 7 weeks ago since I got a gun. Kalo said, yo, can I borrow that to commit murder?
Hello, welcome to the Ffgod Pod, Fantasy Football Gang or Die podcast. It's your host, me, Johnny, aka Global Warming is Fake, formerly known as the draft order was an inside job. So we're gonna start off this episode with just listing off the standings. After week 2, we're coming in at Kalos number 1, and then Paul, Ben, Matt, Luke, Chris, myself, Mark, Danny, and Mike. There is currently an 8-way tie for second place, though. Somehow Mark is in there. I don't know how. Kid's team is ass. The next segment is the weekly recap of who won and who lost last week. So we're gonna just cut to the chase and look at Mark's game. Mark, aka I Smell Collusion. Dude, this kid's team is so ass. He managed to lose, even though Paul started Drew Brees, and he threw a pick early and then got hurt. He finished the week with negative 0.5 points, and Mark still managed to lose. I don't know how. It's pretty impressive, honestly. I think that he might have tried to do that because he's just so bad at fantasy. The next matchup was Hannah Baker's Wrists, interesting team name, versus the Meatheads, also known as the Methides. Kalos abducted 2 cheat codes in Lamar Jackson and Austin Eckler. He just found them wandering the street and offered them free candy, and they friggin' took it. I can't even believe it. And yeah, Kalos kind of pumped Chris's team 124 to 79. And that's 124 with Deshaun Jackson getting hurt in the first quarter and not putting up any points. So the next matchup is the Sudan Terrorists, another interesting name, very nationalistic name, versus Team Collins, very original. And yeah, Luke won this one in a pretty clear fashion. I feel bad for Danny. He has Cam Newton, and he just looks like a shell of himself out there, and he looks horrified to play football. But yeah, Luke with Zeke and Le'Veon balling out. Emmanuel Sanders had a huge game. Next matchup is Matt versus Mike, Sony Side Up versus Uncle Mark's Hamster Colony. Very fascinating name there. Holy crap, Pat Mahomes put up 39 points. That's pretty crazy. Yeah, Matt pumped Mike's team. I understand why Mike traded, but we'll get to that. Matt's team absolutely dominated. He has Russell Wilson on his bench putting up 30. That's pretty crazy.
David Wood.
All right, and then the final matchup was me versus Ben, and final score was 93.6 to 87. I barely escaped with this win. I had Julio. I'm sure everybody's seen that screen, that little bubble screen that Julio took for 50 yards to the house. That won my week in the final 2 minutes of the game Sunday night. So I'm happy catching my first win. I would be very upset if I dropped to 0-2. No offense, Mike, but hey, at least you're making moves to catch back up. Yeah, I'm sure you'll pass Mark very soon. Mark will we'll find his home at the bottom of the scoreboard. At the bottom of the standings, I should say. So the next segment is the league activity. So there were the first trade happened, but also the second trade happened today. So Chris traded D.D. Westbrook and Devontae Freeman to Mike for Joe Mixon. Mike also dropped Adam Humphries. And it's an interesting trade because Joe Mixon's hurt. D.D. Westbrook, I don't really like him anymore now that Nick Foles is gone. But, he's definitely better than Adam Humphries. I can't believe how much money Tennessee is paying Adam Humphries to, literally just be a special teamer. I think they're paying him $11 million. We also offered him $11 million, and then he decided to go to the Titans. I have no idea the logic behind that. He might need to be drug tested, as Stephen A. says. But, Joe Mixon. So I kind of see it as like Joe Mixon for Devontae Freeman type thing. Freeman, I don't know what the hell's going on with him, but, I think it's Atlanta's offensive line. They're just trash, so bad. And then also Matt Ryan isn't looking like the Matt Ryan that we all know. And then Joe Mixon's hurt, so yeah, it'll be interesting. Also on a pretty bad offense, although they looked good in week 1, but who knows where the volatility of fucking Cincinnati. So then the other trade is Kalos traded Aaron Rodgers to Mike for Baker Mayfield. I understand both sides of his party. Personally, I feel like the upside is there for Mike with Aaron Rodgers. I'd probably take Aaron Rodgers in this trade, but this is another horizontal trade where both players are underperforming, especially where you got them in the drafts and stuff. But Baker, he's just looking like he's never played football before, kind of. And then Rodgers, it's just Green Bay's just off to a slow start. I don't know. They're just a weird team right now. So other than that, there's no other real big acquisitions or something. So next week, going into the week, planning for your big matchups, it is me versus Mike, Paul versus Chris, Ben getting a free win over Mark, Danny versus Kalos, and Matt versus Luke. So yeah, best of luck with your matchups. I'm gonna probably ask one of you guys, or I'll probably ask all of you, if anybody wants to Skype for next week's episode. Maybe I'll just do it again by myself. But I apologize if I sound weird. I'm kind of coming down with a cold. But yeah, we'll see you guys.